Hi guys, back with another video for you today, and I'm going to talk to you about some upcoming Tom Ford fragrances. It seems I haven't done a video on Tom Ford for a while, and I've got the scoop on some upcoming fragrances. Some that are already posted about, and a few that are on the horizon that I've heard that are coming. And I'm going to let you know all about those fragrances, plus talk to you about some of my favorite offerings from the last 2 years approximately. So find out about these fragrances coming right up. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Sebastian, talking to you about new fragrances on the horizon from the house of Tom Ford. Let me know if you are aware of new upcoming Tom Ford fragrances. Add a comment below what you're excited about getting your nose on. And also, within the last 2, even go like 3, 4, 5 years, what were some of your favorite Tom Ford fragrance purchases? And if you have an all-time favorite Tom Ford fragrance, add a comment below so I can find out. Before I continue with the fragrances of Tom Ford, the new ones that are soon to drop, if you haven't picked up your latest mystery box, guys, we have some left still. And these are going to run out very, very soon. It's a really great collection of fragrances. We've got gourmands, masculine fragrances, unisex offerings here, all from niche houses. Most of them are brand spanking new, and there's some exciting new houses that I've featured here in this kit. And again, this is one of the best ways to discover new fragrances. There's 21 samples in the kit, and I think you're going to enjoy a lot of them if you pick up this latest mystery box. So it's linked in the info box below. Get your mystery box before we run out. So we've got several fragrances coming, some flankers and some original fragrances. And I would say the first one is fairly announced. It's already out there. It should be dropping very soon. I believe it's exclusive to a retailer, and I'm not sure which retailer it's exclusive to. And it's another Eau de fragrance, I should say. They launched Eau de Ombre Leather last year, and it was an Eau de Toilette version of the original Ombre Leather. And now they are launching Eau de Soleil Blanc, so an Eau de Toilette version of Eau de Soleil, which has been a fairly popular fragrance. So they're lightening up the fragrance, and if you're taking the Eau de Ombre Leather, they actually changed the smell from the original Ombre Leather to the Parfum, and then now the Eau de Ombre Leather. I feel like it's totally different than the original. It's once again leather, and it's also vanillic, but let's see what they do with the Eau de Soleil Blanc, because the original is a solar, floral, beachy, kind of sunscreeny affair, and that's basically what you get with it. And it has light fruity notes, nutty notes. It's creamy, it's beachy, and also floral, very, very floral. So they've lightened it up for this version most likely, but I feel like we're going back to this because this is the first Eau de fragrance that Tom Ford launched in an Eau de Toilette, like an original fragrance, and it's a flanker of a Eau de Parfum or a Parfum. And they've launched this, and they changed the smell because the original Ombre Leather came out as a 1-year exclusive to the private blend, probably going back to like 2017. And then they launched Ombre Leather in 2018, I believe, in Eau de Parfum in the signature collection. And then during the pandemic, there was the Parfum. And then finally, last year, they launched the Eau de Ombre Leather. So the Soleil series, I feel like, is fairly popular. I think the most popular in that collection is Soleil Neige. Now it's Soleil Blanc, which is the original in Eau de Parfum. It's part of the private blend. And they're moving the Eau de Soleil Blanc into the signature line. It comes in a woman's or the feminine bottle. At one time, they had Noir Femme, which was basically a flanker of Noir Extreme for the ladies. And I still have my bottle somewhere. I've got probably 50% of it left. And to me, it was Noir Extreme, a bit more floral take on it, which I felt was quite delicious. Again, it was very, very close to the original. So now they're utilizing this bottle again, because I think the first bottle that came in this new Eau de Soleil Blanc fragrance is the Noir Femme. And then last year, I think, did they launch last year the Café Rose in the feminine bottle, in a similar bottle? I think they launched that last year. I'm drawing a blank. They launched quite a bit of stuff, and it's been a bit disappointing with the launches they've had. I'm a bit underwhelmed, and I'm hoping this Eau de Soleil Blanc will be as good as Eau de Ombre Leather. So that is on the horizon to drop very, very soon. There's a lot of publicity on it already. Even Tom Ford has posted, and we shall see what that one's all about. Let me know if you're interested in this fragrance. Now, moving on to the next fragrance, which should drop after this, I think, is Orange Taormina. So Taormina is a city in Sicily, and so it's, you know, citrus fragrance. Obviously, I think we get a lot of citruses from the southern part of Italy and Sicily, focusing on orange. And I recently mentioned there's a lot of orange fragrances popping up. Is orange a popular citrus note lately? It's trending. What are your thoughts on the orange note? Do you enjoy orange in fragrances? Tends to be more sweet than tart, but there's a combo of sweet tart. And from what I've heard with this one, there's a bit of an ambery effect happening. So I kind of like that about it. It's going to go into it is private blend, and I think it's going into the kind of colored bluish bottles collection. I'm not 100% sure. This is rumors I've heard, but I'm quite curious. The blue bottles had the Mandarin fragrance. There's, of course, Neroli Portofino. Last year, they launched Neroli Portofino Parfum, which, to me, I have plenty of the Forte, so I never bought the Parfum of Neroli Portofino because I really love the Forte. It's a really nice, strong edition of the original Neroli Portofino. And I think with the entire collection of, blue-colored bottles or bluish shades, I think the only one that was left is pretty much Neroli Portofino. I wish they moved the Mandarin into the signature line, but they moved the... which one? The one that focused the cypress note, that they had an aqua version of that, and then it went into a signature collection bottle like this. Of course, they have a Parfum, which I really, really love of that as well. But Orange Taormina sounds really, really nice. I like the idea of oranges. Let's see what Tom Ford's version of an orange fragrance would be like. And I like the name as well. It's not a name I've heard of too much. I knew it was having to do with Italy and the southern part. Then I looked it up. It's Sicily. And I've also heard it gets a bit ambery in the dry down. And it is kind of similar in acting like, not smelling like, I guess, to Costa Azzurra. So they have the Costa Azzurra, which was in one of the bluish bottles, the private blends. And then they launched an aqua version. And then they brought it over to the signature line, and then they launched the Parfum. And between all of them, the aqua is really, really great, and the Parfum is really, really great as well. So I like those additions, and I think the aqua is gone, but I'm looking forward to Orange Taormina. I think that one will launch after Eau de Soleil Blanc. Now, there is another fragrance launching, which is actually a long-standing fragrance from Tom Ford, and it's a flanker of it. And so far, I've got notes down here. We've got the original launched in 2006. An EDT launched in 2015. An oud version of it launched in 2012. A Parfum edition was launched in 2020. A Voile de Fleur version of it was launched in 2008. And another EDT was launched in 2023. I'm talking about Black Orchid. So this is a brand new flanker of Black Orchid. It's called Black Orchid Reserve. So that one should be launching very soon from Tom Ford as well. Now, Tom Ford's Black Orchid has not been my ultra favorite, fragrance release. It's a really popular release for the house. It's been around. That's why they keep making flankers. And let's see what this reserve version is going to be like. So the one that I really enjoy, if I had to pick, I never got to smell the oud. I never got to smell the Voile de Fleur. And I smelled the EDT, the 2015 edition of the EDT when it first came out. But between the Parfum and the Eau de Parfum, the original, I prefer the Parfum because there's a slight booziness in there. And the plum note is quite amped up, which I quite like in the Black Orchid Parfum. So let's see what the Reserve is going to be like. Is it also another Parfum? Is this a new series that brands are going to do? So we've got the Elixirs, and then we've got the Absolutes, and now we're doing Reserve. Reserve almost also sounds like it's some kind of a spirit or a liqueur. So... is it like an aging process they're doing, like all the fragrances that are coming out, like Guerlain's Habit Rouge Reserve Spirit, and of course all the fragrances of scents of wood, and they do all their aging in certain kinds of wood barrels. And so is that what's going on with the Black Orchid Reserve? I don't know, but let's see what happens with it. I'm kind of excited for it. I have a feeling it's going to be uber luxurious, which means with Tom Ford prices, everything's going to be extremely expensive. But let us see. Let me know if you're a fan of Black Orchid. Are you a fan of any of its flankers? Have you tried the Black Orchid Oud that launched in 2012? There was, I think, a version of Black Orchid that also came in a LAQUER bottle. So I never saw any of these flankers. And the only two that I own currently is the Eau de Parfum and also the Parfum. So next, I think Tom Ford is launching an Oud fragrance, and I believe it's called Oud Voyager. This, I think, is a 2025 launch once again. And I don't know the timing of this one, probably in the autumn, fall months. And I don't know if it's going into private blend or if it's going into the signature line. And I don't know much about this fragrance, Oud Voyager. I kind of like the name of it. And Tom Ford's Oud Wood is the most popular oud fragrance in the brand's history. And I think I heard something about this Oud Voyager that reminds somebody the discontinued Oud Fleur. You guys remember Oud Fleur? Oud Fleur came out, I think, in 2013, along with Tobacco Oud and a rebranding of Oud Wood. So I think Oud Wood was in a brown bottle before. Then they gave it the same color theme as, oh wait, was it Mineral Oud? I can't remember if it was, no, it wasn't Mineral Oud. I think it was Tobacco Oud, Oud Fleur, and a rebranding of Oud Wood. Before it was the brownish color bottle, then it became grayish. So it came out at that time, and I have a bottle of Oud Fleur. I liked it. At the time, it was very popular for a while, but still, Oud Wood won out. And Tobacco Oud, I've been mentioning, it's still out there in the discounters. Get it before it completely runs out. I don't think that fragrance is going to be around much longer, and it'll never come in a signature collection. It's too polarizing of a fragrance. Not many people like it. I absolutely love Tobacco Oud. But getting back to Oud Voyager, I did hear that it had kind of slight similarities to Oud Fleur, but I'm not 100% sure. And again, I don't have a lot of details on this fragrance, but it's something that's coming, and I have a feeling it'll come around the autumn months. And then the next two fragrances I have reported on before. You can just search my channel. Tom Ford is launching two fig fragrances, fig focused. And I guess fig is in vogue, is it? I recently discovered a really great fig fragrance from a house called Jupilo. I posted about it on my Instagram. It was not launched, but it was discovered during Exxence. Really fell in love with that fig fragrance, so hopefully I'll talk about it. And I feel like fig is kind of trending as well, especially since Tom Ford is launching two. And I think these two fragrances are launching much later. I believe the first one that's going to launch is EROTIQUE. Fig Erotique. It's one of the naughty Tom Ford fragrances. And so that comes later in the year, I believe. And then there's another fig fragrance called Fig FRISSON. And that one I think is launching in 2026. Again, these are rumors I've heard online, speaking to various people online and here and there. And this is what I've gathered for you guys. Let me know which one sounds the best for you. And again, with Oud Voyager, Fig FRISSON, and Fig Erotique, I don't know much about them at all, except the name gives it away. Oud Voyager is an oud-focused fragrance. Fig Erotique, I don't know what they're going to use for a fragrance called Fig Erotique. And again, I don't know what they use in Fig FRISSON, but they're fig-focused fragrances. Again, let me know which one sounds the best to you. If you've gotten your nose on any of these, do let us know also what your thoughts are and what directions these fragrances are going to go in. But I'm excited for these fragrances because lately I've been a bit let down with Tom Ford fragrances. None of the fragrances have been as exciting as I used to remember Tom Ford fragrances being. So I bought several Tom Ford fragrances and I've reported about them. This is the one I'm going to start with in 2023. Vanilla Sex. I think it's been my favorite purchase from Tom Ford for a long time. But this fragrance is so polarizing. I can't believe how polarizing it is. It's almost like Tobacco Oud, but from what I hear, speaking to, the retailers, this does sell quite a bit. So it's a popular fragrance, but just as much as people love it, there's a lot of people that hate it. I absolutely love it. It's a really delicious, doughy, nutty, nougat kind of vanilla fragrance. Love, love, love it. If you don't like it, let me know why you don't like it. If you love it or don't love it, let us know what the reasons behind are. Eau de Ombre Leather has been a love of mine. I love it. And also it reminds me of, Baby Cat, Vanagloria, number 5 by Rosendo Matu. So, and it's an eau de toilette and actually has great lingering power for an eau de toilette. So I think these two fragrances have been two of my favorite fragrances. If I'm forgetting anything else that came out after Vanilla Sex, there was, Cafe Rose in the feminine bottle. There was Oud with Parfum. I don't have those with me, but I have 4 other fragrances here. We've got Black Lacquer that I bought. A lot of people seem to like Black Lacquer. It hasn't been very exciting for me. It's a bit inky, it's dark, it's a bit smoky, but not in a traditional sense. There's a smoky effect. There's a vinyl note in here. I like the whole idea of it. To me, it's like burned molasses a bit. It's got a syrupy effect. It's not as exciting. I think it's a bit flat on me. I like the way it smells. It's just a bit flat. That's why it's not exciting me as much as the other fragrances. Then Soleil Neige Parfum. Remember this original Soleil Neige in Eau de Parfum, I think is the most popular Tom Ford in the Soleil series. So they've launched the Parfum. It's not as exciting for me as the Eau de Parfum is. The Eau de Parfum is so super smooth. This one takes a bit to get used to, and it's not as exciting. I don't know why they launched a Parfum and this Parfum. They could have done a little bit of a different thing with it, but this is what it is. So it's a bit of a letdown, sadly. And then, of course, Harrods exclusive Amber Intrigue. This launched around the same time at Harrods as an exclusive fragrance, the same time my fragrance collaboration with Juicebox launched, because both of them are created by Julien Rascanet. And once again, Amber Intrigue is not as exciting for me. Something about it just is a bit boring. And unfortunately, it's a collaboration with another perfumer here in IFF. And I think this is during his time when Julien Rascanet worked at IFF, because the other perfumer here is IFF. But 54 was during the time he had already, Julien had already moved to CPL Aromas. So let me know if you like this Amber Intrigue. I'm underwhelmed. There was another, collaboration that Julien Rascanet did for the house of Dries Van Noten, the Chamomile. I love that one. That was also a collaboration with another perfumer. That was probably also an IFF fragrance he did during when he's working at IFF. But we've got Bois Pacifique and then also Rose Exposed. 2 more underwhelming fragrances for me. Just really underwhelmed with these fragrances. Rose Exposed is just... I know people enjoy it. It smells burned to me, like burned roses, and kind of green and animalic as well as leathery. And then Bois Pacifique has everything going for it to be exciting and needs something. It doesn't deliver for me, so I'm left wanting more from it. But anybody that's looking for a woody, straightforward woody fragrance will enjoy this one. But I've been underwhelmed with Tom Ford fragrances. These fragrances have been pretty underwhelming for me, but the 2 that I've been enjoying the most within the last couple of years have been Vanilla Sex and Eau de Ombre Leather, which are the ones that I keep pulling for and wearing. So let's see what the new fragrances are going to be like. I'm hoping that there are some really great offerings. The fig fragrances sound great. The oud sounds great. We'll see. And then, of course, the Black Orchid Reserve sounds really, really great. And I think I'm ready for a really bright, juicy, ambery orange fragrance that is soon to come from the house of Tom Ford. But let me know your thoughts on the past 2-3 years launches of Tom Ford fragrances. Which are your favorites? And then also let me know what you're looking forward to from the fragrances that are just announced and are going to be dropping very soon this year and on to the next year. Again, I'm always excited for the house of Tom Ford, but lately it's been a bit underwhelming, and I'm hoping that things are going to turn around and they're going to release some really exciting fragrances. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching today's video. Let me know your thoughts on the fragrances that are soon to launch. Drop a comment below. Thanks so much for watching. As I said, please like this video, please share it, and follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.